One of the most underrated fighters in his division, often comes in the octagon as a complete underdog and wins when everybody is sure that the fight is over for him. A UFC fighter with an 11-fight win streak over the last 7 years and a first-round 8-second KO who keeps proving to the fans that everything is possible as long as consistency and efforts are put on the line. Welcome, fight fans. MMA Station is here to bring another epic combat story. It's time to go over the welterweight champion, Leon Rocky Edwards' remarkable journey, a path that is as compelling as it is inspiring, marked by a challenging early life that laid the foundation for his future success. Born in Kingston, the capital of Jamaica, Edwards' early years were shaped under the shadow of his father, a known figure in the local criminal underworld. This environment was filled with dangers and uncertainties, leading to a difficult childhood. At the tender age of 5, seeking a better future and perhaps escape from the perils of their current life, the Edwards family made a significant move. His father relocated the family to London, a city world apart from Kingston in both opportunity and lifestyle. However, the family's quest for a stable and peaceful life was far from over. 4 years later, after settling in London, Edwards' father acquired a small house in Aston, a district of Birmingham. The family packed their lives once again and moved, hopeful for a fresh start in this new city. But Birmingham, much like Kingston, had its undercurrents of violence and gang activity, which soon caught up with young Edwards. Tragedy struck when he was just 14. In an event that would forever alter the course of his life, his father was fatally shot in a nightclub. The loss devastated young Leon. The streets of Birmingham hugged him, and he found himself taking part in street brawls, a path that led to multiple arrests and could have easily steered his life towards a dead end. It was during these teenage years that Edwards earned the nickname Rocky, a moniker that he would carry into his future career. Rocky was emblematic of his fighting spirit, a trait that emerged even before he formally stepped into the world of martial arts. In a bid to start anew, following the tragedy of his father's death, the Edwards family moved once more, this time to Erdington, a suburb of Birmingham. This move would prove to be a turning point in Edwards' life. It was here, at 17 years old, Leon Edwards would begin to channel his resilience and fighting spirit into mixed martial arts. This marked the start of his transformation from a street brawler to a disciplined martial artist, setting him on the path to eventually becoming a UFC champion. His mother, recognizing the need for a positive outlet for her son's energy and aggression, steered him towards a more constructive path. She encouraged Leon to express himself, not in the chaotic street fights, but within the disciplined confines of a gym. Taking his mother's advice, Edwards began training in MMA. However, financial constraints posed a challenge. Unable to afford the gym membership, Edwards made a deal with the gym owner. In exchange for his membership, he offered to coach classes for children. The gym owner agreed, and this arrangement marked the beginning of Edwards' formal training in MMA. His dedication and natural talent quickly became evident. The hard work started to pay off. In his amateur fights, Edwards showcased his power, finishing one of his fights in an astonishing 8 seconds. This impressive victory was a sign of things to come. At the age of 19, Edwards began his professional MMA journey in June 2011, signing with the local promotion, Fight UK, and the rest is history. Coming from a very hard and poor childhood, running away from the deadly claws of the streets, starting his UFC career with a disappointing loss, and finally walking out as a UFC welterweight champion, the MMA Rocky story is another showcase that anything is possible. Let's see some of his most impressive performances, ending in a devastating way for his opponents. A year before his UFC debut, in a Bama championship bout against the veteran Wayne Murray, Edwards demonstrated his championship spirit for the first time. His enhanced grappling skills came to the rescue. After Murray shot for the legs, Edwards managed to catch him with a knee to the head, but later got pinned to the fence.
Let him control that inside arm either. Right now, there you go. See, Leon was controlling that arm.
The dynamic changed when Leon managed to secure a body lock. He took the bag and finished with a rear naked choke, earning himself his first professional MMA belt after a disappointing UFC debut and losing with a split decision to Claudio Silva In 2014, Edwards was set to come back and face the dangerous and way more experienced fighter Seth Baginski, who was hungry for a win.
Vámonos de inmediato.
Sí, Baginski ya empezó bastante.
To the stars in only 8 seconds, winning the Performance of the Night bonus and booking his first spectacular UFC win. A few fights later, Leon Edwards stepped into the octagon against a tough Russian, Albert Tumanov, and guess what? He was the underdog again. After the first and second round, it was clear if Leon didn't get the finish, he wasn't gonna win.
Good finish there, good secure position. If he can ride out top.
In the final minutes, Edwards knew he needed a comeback, so he risked it all, trying to catch his opponent's kick. The stunt paid off, and he managed to take him down, secure the back, and finish with a rear naked choke, pulling himself out from an almost lost fight to a spectacular victory. The next TKO came against the Polish Peter Sabata, coming in with a 2-fight UFC win streak. Sabata was motivated to open the door to a higher ranking by beating Edwards. The fight was going up and down. Leon managed to defend against a Kimura attack, then in the third round was timed and taken down.
Good controlling positions, perhaps Leon Edwards.
Now he's looking to slide his forearm under the chin of some umbrella in a hailstorm.
In the last minute, however, Edwards pushed forward with elbows which forced Sabata to expose his back. Leon took his back and finished the fight in the last second with a TKO, not leaving the decision to the scorecards. As Edwards rose through the ranks, he faced and defeated top fighters like Donald Cowboy Cerrone, Gunnar Nelson, and Rafael dos Anjos, cementing his status as a top welterweight contender. After the eye poke stoppage against Belal Muhammad, Leon Edwards was lined up as an underdog against the legend Nate Diaz in June 2021. At the beginning of the fight, Diaz was fooling around, making provocative poses, and even managed to hit some slaps and catch Rocky with the hook.
Quick-handed Leon Edwards lands 3 times there. Look at Nate.
So when you do that for fun as well as jiu-jitsu and boxing.
He hurt him. You gotta be kidding me.
However, Edwards came back, was faster, and was doing whatever he wanted to do to Nate. Elbows, takedowns, counters, low kicks, and ground and pound. He won the 5-round fight with a unanimous decision and sat alone on the title contender seat to face one of the greatest welterweights of all time, Kamaru Usman, who dominated him in the past. The title fight was set for August 20th, and guess what? Leon Rocky Edwards was, as usual, the underdog. Nobody was even considering that he could win a round against the champ Usman. After 4 rounds, these odds were on the way to becoming reality as Usman was beating Edwards decisively everywhere, stand up and on the ground. With just one more round, he would keep his title and was going to stamp Leon's first title fight loss.
Yeah, it's gotten much better. And he just landed some good shots. Leon has outstanding back control. And he's got to the body triangle. Oh, yes. But he's got it on the chin.
Completely exhausted, losing the first 4 minutes of the last round, Leon Edwards showed the world why the gangsters from the streets of Birmingham called him Rocky. Faking a jab, he smashed Kamaru Usman's head with a left kick and switched his lights off, marking one of the biggest title fight comebacks in the history of the UFC and stealing the belt from one of the most dominant welterweights in the past couple of years. Walking against all doubts and odds is the hardest thing ever, and Leon Edwards proved that many times. A few months later, he stepped in again as an underdog, this time with the belt on his waist. Everybody thought he was just lucky in the first fight, but the Rocky of MMA proved them wrong, defeating Kamaru Usman for the second time, wisely sticking to his game plan and winning a majority decision victory. As we always say, it is hard to win the belt, but it's even harder to keep it. This is the path to true glory, and we can't wait for the next chapter in Edwards' journey, which promises to be even more exciting and dynamic. And that wraps up another epic fight story with MMA Station. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Thank you for joining us on this incredible ride. Until next time, stay hungry, stay passionate, and keep supporting the world of combat sports.